the author of Dolls Don't Die, Les Poupées ne meurent pas. And we're really happy to have you here. Dolls Don't Die is candidated for Best International Short at our film festival. Thank you, Julie, for being with us today.
Thanks to receive me.
So first of all, Julie has a background in music, and this talent in a way shows in her story, which is a very tender story between two sisters and their relationship, about how one of the little sister, Maya, 5 years old, perceives the lack of her older sister, who's somehow missing. And we don't say how because we don't want to spoil it to the audience. But she has a sort of stream of conscious and thoughts and dreams as well, in which she mixes up memories and her own imagination to find the connection with her missing sister again. So first of all, watching your movie, I have to say I absolutely loved the way you touched the theme of femininity and beauty. Was so kind and so gentle, and I think the way you used the music was both diegetic and non-diegetic was very clever. And I wanted to ask you where this idea came from, first of all.
The idea of the entire movie, or
yes,
okay.
Well, both if you want.
Well, it comes from a few years ago. I discovered some friends of mine have some issues with food. It surprised me, and I got interested in the subject. And I don't know, I wanted to write something about it, but I wanted to find a different way than what we see usually. So I had this idea to see this problem through the light and the innocence of a childhood eyes. And why not a little girl that doesn't really understand what happened? The only thing she really understands is that her big sister is not there anymore because she doesn't want to eat, and she starts to bake or sorry about my English.
It's okay.
Yeah, to bring her back. Yeah.
Right. And about the music, did you play the music yourself? And apart from the title song that we know, it's what dream wherever will be by sung by Doris Day. Apart from that one you use in the titles, did you create the music yourself?
Yes, I created all the music by myself, and I played all instrument by myself too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I went to a studio and I just played each instrument one after one.
Right.
I wanted to create some things, a kind of mix between Disney World and horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
So something very strange and magical in the same time.
I see.
So yes,
I
play everything.
What was your I would say main inspiration for the music? What were you? Did you have any particular film score you had in mind, or you had a particular concept that you felt you could find a musicality inspiration from?
I start more with some mix of instruments. I wanted xylophone. Is it the correct?
Yeah, the xylophone, which is a very childish instrument. At least, I mean, that's what the children start with sometimes.
So this is more the instrument that inspired me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it came out of an improv somehow?
So when I arrived in the studio, I had everything almost everything written in my head, and yes, I had some little few things, but it was almost finished to compose.
Right. And what about, in a short, what we hardly can see is the backstory, but we know certainly you have imagined one. So I was wondering about the backstory between the whole sister and the mom, perhaps, if you had anything in mind when you were creating it. The backstory is, I don't know if in English it makes sense to you. I know it's maybe a translation problem, but what I mean is that what's in the past, in the family relationship between mother and daughter, and perhaps with the little girl too.
I imagine that Jessica was, and the both of sister was very lonely, and the parents, they are not in the movie. We can see them,
Yeah.
and they are led by themselves, and they play together. They found themselves together, but the family, everything is the movie is what as aseptic. Oh, I don't know the word in English, but they are very. They have to create their own world together because there's nothing outside. The family
Mhm.
is very far, so there's not a good relationship
Right.
between
So they're not
them.
really being followed by the family, and that's why, in a way, they are. The older sister is a bit lost in her own issues with her own body, and at the same time, the little girl is trying to understand. Because also in the synopsis, you wrote that the little sister is asking her mother, where is the older one, and the mother says that if you cook, she'll be back. If she'll eat, she'll be back again. But it's all in a way is like a dream. It's an illusion, right?
Yeah, we can see it like this, or just in the past that she doesn't want to eat. She's at the hospital, and she's far away, and the mother don't doesn't want to explain everything to little girl.
Mhm.
So she starts to imagine what can happen. Yeah.
Right. And about did you do any specific research on this, difficult subject? Being you're so much interested in, femininity and beauty, as you said, these two concepts, themes that in a way inspired you. Did you specifically research on, bulimia or anorexia or these kind of issues when you were making the movie?
I make some research about the food issues, and as I said, I have some friends that got this problem, so I heard all the story, and I also went to a hospital and meet other people
Mm-hmm.
about the desire of perfection, beauty, princess, dolls. It comes from me more. I don't know. It's something that always um, preoccupied me.
Mm,
And for me, this movie is kind of uh, how can I say the end of the fairy tale. You know.
I see. I was wondering about your first experience as first-time filmmaker. A lot of challenges going on, and what was your, how did you, is if music is your main field, how did love for cinema, got you, and how did you make this project happen?
Well, it was my first movie as a director, but I worked also a lot as a producer and
Oh, okay.
acting. So I knew a lot about how it works shooting,
Mm-hmm.
but it's my first time as directing, and I learned a lot. It's I found it difficult to focus and to see everything at the same times when. Or not just focus on the acting, but if you just focus on the acting, you miss something wrong with the light, with the
Yeah.
yeah. There's something to think at the
Mm-hmm.
same time. That was the main difficulties for
Right.
my first. Yeah.
And I was having a child actor is always a challenge because they have, I was working with the little one. Was she very, there are sometimes very these child actors that you think, oh, I'm going to have a trouble because she's a child or he's a child. And then they come, they're more professional than the adult actors. They look like so pro.
Yeah, it's difficult, but this for me the secret was to keep it simple, to not going to grow a lot of big explanation. Just try to create a mood around her,
Mm-hmm.
the mood I wanted, and to tell her a simple action. To stay in the action was how I get what I want. I just wanted her to be natural, and after it's easy to. But I want I yeah. But it was not easy. After 2 or 3 hours, she started to be tired and wanted to go to see her mom, and yeah.
Right.
We took a much more a lot of days to we extend the shooting at
Right.
rather short days.
Mm-hmm. How old is she exactly in real life?
in real life, she was 4 when we started the shooting, and 5 at the end. We shoot
Oh,
during
okay.
the,
Well,
yeah.
oh, but then it's very, very difficult, and I really admire the way it turned out to be in the end because it looks so natural, so spontaneous. Sometimes it seems like the camera is following her, and she's actually alone being filmed. But obviously, it's not always like that because there's so much work on set going on. So in the end, it shows that you made a great job with making her, for the film. At least that's the result. Um, and about if to know a little bit more about the character of the older sister, what was your director actor kind of relationship? What did what was the feeling that you established, and how did you work with the older actress?
Yeah, there's a story with the older actress. I saw her in the first audition, and she was a little bit older than what I expected. I thought first for the character, but there was something. I said, "Oh, I think I want to see her again." But her mother didn't want to that she come to a callback. She said, "I don't want her to be an actress because she had some issues with food, and she was fragile about this, and she thought that it wasn't a good
Oh,
idea."
really?
Yeah,
Mm.
be an actress. So I said, "Okay, well, I will continue." But I was thinking about her all the time, and I took a chance. I called her mom, and I tried to convince her to let her to come back for another audition. And she said at the end, "Okay, okay, it's okay." And I chose her. She was so perfect for the character. A little bit older, but it was okay.
Yeah, they even looked alike a little bit. In a way, I thought they were related. I think, yeah,
Yeah, they
they,
fit together, so it was a good fit.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I mean, and how did she feel? It helped her in understanding better her body and her, the food issues in the past. Did you think, in a way, sometimes acting is a way? It's like going into therapy for some actors. It's like experiencing that side of what they fear or what they are struggling with. It helps them at the end of the journey.
I think so. I think it helps her because now she doesn't look have any trouble with this, and it helps her to get some confidence and to now she got a lot of a lot of job in a big movie. She's a star now in a
Oh, wow.
in a it was her first experience, and after now she's everywhere in TV, in movie, and I think it helps her a lot to get some confidence. At first she was very shy, she didn't want to
Mhm.
talk too much, but now she's glowing, and yeah,
Wow,
she's a
that's amazing. How old is she, by the way?
she was 16,
Mhm.
so yeah, she's about 20 now.
Okay. Well, definitely, you launched her career then. We can say that you made her,
Yes.
her mom should thank you because you actually made her find their own path.
I don't know if it's her mom is happy, but she is.
But if she is, she should be happy too. Anyway, so well, definitely, there was a short that I personally loved, and I know also the jurors loved it. And I was just my very last curiosity would be about the making of it. So you said apart from the troubles with the little child, not wanting to collaborate all the time because she was very young and she wanted to rest and go home. But any other roadblocks or funny moments you wanted to share with us?
Oh my god, I don't know. Funny moment. Sorry, I don't have I don't know. Everything was going so well. She was so professional, and no, nothing but she was sick of we make a cake for a very long time. Oh
Mhm.
yeah, oh yeah, I know. Okay, sorry.
No, it's impossible not to have funny moments on set. It's just
This is I don't know if it's a funny moment, but it was a beautiful moment because there's a scene when she play with balloons,
Okay. Yes.
and her father was so moved because he said she was afraid of the balloon for all the time, and it's the first time that she's not afraid
Mm-hmm.
of the balloon, and it was a beautiful moment. She passed through her scare about
Mm.
is it the right word, balloon?
Yeah, yeah, the balloon. I see. I think that's the one. I was thinking. So no one did actually eat the cookie that she prepared because that would have been a funny
Oh,
experience.
it was horrible at the taste. It was yes, someone, yeah, the art director tried and she, oh no, it didn't taste good at all.
That's
No,
gonna kill the actress for real. And then we have the.
we didn't tell her, but it was not a good taste. No, only beautiful, but
Okay, that's amazing. Anyway, to know. Well, that's it for today. Thank you, Julie, for being with us. And I want to remind the audience that you can watch Julie Prieur's movie on our website, and it will be streamed from the 28th till the 30th of August. You can also vote for your favorite film of the entire edition, either short or feature, and it will win the Audience Award. I also remind the audience that the winners of MiraBan UK Film Awards will have the chance to be streamed on our Festival Emergence partner platform, which is in Quebec, Montreal. So they will also be streamed there if they win with our festival. And we really hope the best for your movie, Julie. Thank you for being with us, and we hope to see more from you very soon.